Hello, welcome back to our Rule the Waves 3 playthrough of Italy starting in 1890, Mare Nostrum. Mare Nostrum. There we go. Almost flubbed it. Might have flubbed it. Don't know. Either way, we got some rebuilds going. I'm recording this immediately after the last episode. In fact, last episode is uploading right now, and just feel like I'm in the mood to play some Rule the Waves. So we currently have these four Andrea Dorias that are under rebuild. Once those are finished, we might need to look into constructing another set of maybe three of these Marsalas, but then the rest of the money is going to go towards building out the Euro destroyers. So that's a project for the future. And by future, I mean about 5 months from now, really. But I would really like to get like three more Marsalas at a minimum. If possible, I wouldn't mind getting six of them. Another six to have nine, that'll give me three like cruiser groups, and they have mine warfare on there. They have all kinds of interesting little stuff, but mainly they have air defense, anti-air defense. So we might attach those to some of our. We'll attach some to our battleships. Maybe we'll do them in pairs. Maybe we'll do oops, like that'll be a group, and then if I have six of them, that'll be three groups, and I can just use them as dedicated escorts. So we'll see. Anyhow, let's save the game. Let's make a. I think I literally just did this, but either way, off we go. We need to look into raising the tension somehow again, but we also would like for our unrest to go down if possible. We'll build railroads. This is a way to increase the budget without actually increasing like the modifier, like the hidden. Every time you say I want more budget, like it's like +1 onto the modifier, and then like every time you lose budget, it's like -1. But this here is adding to your national resources. So it's a small increase. We're currently at 551,000. Oh no, our new fighter plane is a dud. That's bad. So we gained 8,000 for the yearly budget. But that's a permanent increase that uh, it just gets modified by your budget modifier. Anyhow, we're gonna build three more Marcellas like we said we would, and we're gonna build four more Euros. We can denounce Austria-Hungary, but that would crank our budget up again. So we'll just be cool about it for now. Improve torpedo reliability. Here's a naval patrol craft, better one. We're in the sea models again. 20 more knots of speed, over 100 miles of range. Reliability still poor, unfortunately. And aren't we building air stations? What's up with that? Thought we were building out our air stations. Is that done? I guess it's done. Okay, well, check out our air groups. All right, let's auto add some aircraft. Dive bombers. I don't know about that. Don't know if I want dive bombers. Let's change the number down to 10 dive bombers, 5 naval patrol craft, and actually let's go with 8 dive bombers 8 torpedo bombers, 10 fighter. No, we'll go with 8 fighters. And the rest of these, we're at 29, so that's 11. So we'll add medium bombers. There we go. So that's 40. So we're going to copy the air group. We're going to paste that into all of our 40s. It's going to knock them all down to poor experience, but it's just so much faster to do it this way. So we have torpedo bombers, a lot of torpedo bombers. We're going to reduce the number of torpedo bombers here down to 15. We'll add, it's 37, so we'll add some dive bombers, what, 8 of those, I think? And then that lets us add 15 mediums. And we'll copy and we'll paste that into all of the 60 size air bases that we have. And in fact, let's take a little look around here at what we got. I think we own Casablanca. So maybe we'll add airbase at Casablanca. And then let's see here. Trapani. Yeah, I think we'll add one at Trapani. And we'll add one at where have we been fighting a lot? We've been fighting in here a lot. We'll add one at Bari. This is going to really mess with our budget because it's a lot of aircraft to maintain, but I think it's worth it. Save and continue on here. Oh, the 16-inch Q1 has dispersion problems. Boy, if only we could get a little bit of luck here. Our fighter is a junker. Our brand new 16-inch guns are junk. We are just not having luck as Italy. Yes, we'll take a new medium bomber, since that's what we're working on here. We want bomb load. We want speed. We want them to get there. We want them to drop the bombs off. Big bombs. Big old, big bombs. Okay. So it looks like Britain is at war with Japan. Fancy that, huh? Air groups. So we're going to do we'll do 15 medium bombers, and we'll do 5 patrol craft. And then we're also going to, while we're at it, airbase, Bari. Okay, it doesn't let us do it that way, so we have to go to the base overview. Humbug. Expand the airbase. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. And we do have some coastal batteries. Let's just double checking, make sure we have a little bit of defenses in case we get invaded. Nothing down there. Let's build some 6-inch guns. We'll build 3 of those. Oh, wow, that's expensive. Wow, that's pricey. It's only 6 months. Let's do it. Okay. We just need to. We already saw how annoying it was where we landed at roads uncontested. We weren't able to actually progress the invasion because their defenses were slowing us up. Spain and Japan are pals. We stole the U.S. the Hornet class that's under construction here. 29 knots. It's a 31,000 ton ship with 76 aircraft. That is pretty big. It's got 3.5 inch flight deck armor. Okay. Well then, we might have to look into some bigger carriers of our own here. But we currently have too much on our plate. Carriers will have to wait a little bit here. Okay. So that's almost, I was going to say it's the last of the Androidorias, but it's not actually. Let's build 4 more Euros. And once that the fortifications construction's done in Sardinia, will be good. Morocco and Sicily. We don't want them to have Greece, but we do want the tension. So we'll take 1 point of tension with Britain. All right, fine. You can have Greece, I guess, but we get our tension at least. Cool. We get air sea rescue. Yes, the lives of our pilots are important. It'll increase maintenance, but it's a one-time choice. Yes, that's fine. Okie dokie. Are we up to? Oh, it put us to 8. That was double tension from them. I wonder. Well, I guess they just really didn't like that decision. Too bad. Okay, base overview. We'll expand our air bases. Expand them all. And we'll build 2 more Marsala class, just so we have more escorts for our battleships and our carriers. So we're losing budget no matter what we do here. Let's go for, we'll lose some prestige, but we'll hopefully lower our unrest. Okay, yeah, down to 4. And we're just waiting on the fortifications at Sardinia to be finished, or Sicily to be finished. 19-inch quality -1. Okay, we have no way to really compare our fighters to theirs, so it doesn't really help us that much. Improved AP penetration reduces the effect of inclined belts. Doctrine screen. Okay, we can go 3,000-ton destroyers, but not too worried about it. Okay, so this is the first real clash between the Brits and the Japanese. They just trade destroyers. Okay. Well, not very exciting. Let's check our doctrine. Did we get diving shells or something? 10% less damage, but improves penetration at oblique angles. 10% less damage. I do like the idea of improved penetration, so we'll take that. A little bit less damage, 10% less, but I would rather penetrate when we actually hit them. This is a chance to get budget again, but our unrest is climbing. It was at 4. So we'll go quiet and discreet. More destroyers get traded. And we're up to 6 unrest now. Our budget must be pretty big. We need to find one more way to lower it if possible. So here are the new medium bombers. 5 years improvements, so we can get quite a lot of speed. Range goes up and down, but 400 miles of range is already pretty good. 1,400-pound bombs. So I'm going to take this one here that has. Actually, the firepower doesn't matter really. I think I'd rather have the toughness and the maneuverability. And it also gains a little bit of range. Although these ones can carry torpedoes. All right, we're gonna go for. Actually, no, we're gonna keep the maneuverability. Keep the maneuverability. Because these things do mainly do level bombing, so. Oh, Japan lost a battleship. Unrest is flying up right now. Jeez. We need to find a way to lower it. Lower our budget. Ay, ay, ay. 8 unrest? What is going on? It's going up literally every turn. We just did social reforms. Here's the Bremen class being rebuilt. Not too worried about that. Tension is very high between Germany and Great Britain. Well, at least tension stayed at 8 that turn. Jeez. Ay, caramba. That's scary. 2 corvettes. Improved motor torpedo boats. Okay. Well, tension's sitting at 8, which is not good. We really got to find a way to lower the yearly budget, although it did drop somehow. Like, naturally, it was at like 544 or something. I don't, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I might have just read it incorrectly. Less signaling errors. Britain increases. Okay. Well, I mean, if we go to war with Britain right now, that's actually not terrible. France is likely to jump in because they're still pals with France. But tension with Germany is also high for them. So if they end up in a war against, J- Japan plus Germany plus Italy, it's the old getting the old band back together. All right, let's build 4 more Euros. Protests. Okay. Not good. We really got to find a way to bring the budget down, please. So we have 2 Marsalas. There we go. Improved our industrial production. So we're at 540. And there's a economy recovery. Double bonus. Formation of Russian medium bombers have crossed the Atlantic. We don't care about lowering tension with Russia. We could do the same if we cared. Here's the D version of our torpedo bomber. 10 knots more speed, a little bit more range, about 10 more miles of range, and it stays good reliability. All right, unrest is still nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. So we can assign these 2 cruisers. We'll assign them to Division 8 and 7 and 6. These 2 are going to Division 1 And also, we need to, let's see, these are CV divisions 5. Okay. We have to go into our fleet organization and add new light cruisers. Okay. And then let's assign these cruisers to these upper divisions. Just get them out of the way. There we go. And then this one goes to division number 5, which is going to escort the 5th carrier division. So cruiser division 5, here we go. We're going to set the role to support for carrier division 5. And 6th cruiser division, actually 7 light cruiser division. Set division role, support carrier division 7. There we go. And then we get, I guess we just do all of these, but support light carrier division 6, and then we need number 8. Light cruiser division number 8. There we go. Oh, it's set to screen the carrier division. Well, we'll do support carrier division, so they'll stay closer to use the AA. So it's number 8, and good to go. Cool. Save. And we'll build 4 more Euros. We'll build 8 more Euros. Increase maximum carrier size. Here's an improved fighter with poor reliability. So again, 20 knots of speed, a little bit of range. The stats are just really nice. It's just unfortunately they're poor reliability. Here's a privately built torpedo bomber. So it's slower, it's got less range, the stats are generally lower, and the torpedo is pretty much the same. So we're going to say no to that. Keep our good reliability. Tensions go up, tensions go down. The Euros are finishing up. So it's time to reassign our Ardent class. Like this. Just get them out of the way. Get our beautiful new Euro class destroyers in service. In these upper fleets, they'll see more action. In the Ardents, they still have a role to play. They still have their torpedo tubes. Alrighty. Let's look for a way to lower our budget here, please. We'll make him a national hero. Well, yeah, Germany's not likely to go to war with us, so we're just fishing for prestige. Japan lost a battle cruiser. Great Britain lost a AV, so float plane carrier. And tension with France are going up. Wouldn't mind having another go at France. I really wouldn't mind that. we're kind of, you know, close to equal terms, although they're rocking some pretty big carriers compared to us. But in the Mediterranean, that's less of an advantage because of all the air bases everywhere, I think. I don't know. We've yet to test that theory out. All right. Did we get 8 of these Euros? We have. So there they go into their respective fleets. Save. And we're at 25 minutes. Let's do one more turn. Let's increase our cooperation with Germany. Get some tension with Britain. There we go. All right. Well, we still got people complaining about the budget, but the unrest is sitting at 8 for now. I don't like it being that high, believe me, but not a lot I can do about it at the moment. We do have a nice, pipeline of ships finishing up here, the Marsalas. Once these are finished up here, we can go full on into the Euros. I would like to get. I really wouldn't mind getting up to like, you know, there, however many that is, 44, 48, 52. So 60. What might have is 60 Euros, honestly. They're not bad. We have a timid aviator in charge of some destroyers here, which is kind of funny. And let's check out our area overview. We have an incompetent guy in charge of West Africa. So it's gonna cost us some prestige, but let's get rid of him. We don't want to give up our brilliant guy. We want him in charge of the Mediterranean. So we'll do an above average, well connected guy for Africa. Actually, we'll do a we'll do a above average. Yeah, well connected is fine. Because I wouldn't mind putting the gunnery guy in charge of the Indian Ocean, since I plan to have battleships there. So it's saved. Does that affect my prestige? I'm at 42. Um, they're feeling us out about a disarmament thing. Actually, so we're at war right now. I don't think anyone will actually agree to it. Like, there's a lot of war happening. So I'm going to do this in order to drop my budget. So let's see what happens. Cool. Do I at least drop my budget? I'm at 559. Yes. Okay, cool. That should hopefully get this unrest going down. If it doesn't, I don't know what else to do. We're at 40 prestige. Okay, let's go with assign the brilliant guy to the Mediterranean, and we're going to assign. This is going to cost us more prestige. We're going to assign the above average gunnery expert to the Indian Ocean. So save. That should take us down to 36 prestige. 39. Wow, it only cost us one to replace both of them. Not bad. Okay, cool. So we've got some Euros finishing up. The Pelicanos, we should have like 37 of them or 36. 36 of those. That's enough to cover us for now. If nothing else, we have a lot of ardents that we can throw in there for that job. And then that's it. That's pretty much it. Next project, if I can remember, we'll be working on some new carriers because we do need better carriers. Our little 17,000 tonners are not going to be. They're just going to get outmatched. They're going to get overwhelmed with numbers. So we'll aim for like 25,000 ton carriers. We have heavier than air. That's not it. Here it is. It doesn't tell us exactly how big we can go, but we do have deck edge lifts, which is pretty cool. So we're going to make a copy of the game, and I'm going to tell you all how much I appreciate you being here, and I will see you next time.